Welcome back. Tonight we have an inside look at the plans to build a new Kroger downtown. 9 on Your Side spoke with the team designing the building. They shared these models with us of the project, which must get approval by the city's Historic Conservation Board by next Monday, actually. One thing you'll notice about the new store, it is not a typical Kroger design.
In a lot of ways, this is a unique store for Kroger. They are building off of the success of the new Clifton store, and a lot of those concepts are being brought downtown into this store.
I'm at the intersection of Court and Walnut. The parking lot that you see behind me here is the future home of the Kroger downtown here in Cincinnati. And joining me now is Dan Monk. Dan, you recently wrote an article on WCPO.com or for WCPO.com talking about how this building is going to fit into the neighborhood, and that's important because of a historic district.
Yeah, we're standing in the Court Street Historic District, and it's because a lot of these buildings are in excess of 100 years old, and in order to build in a district like this, you have to make sure that any new construction fits with the fabric of the surrounding property.
I have seen some of the pictures. It looks to be a very modern building, so how does it fit in with the historic district?
Well, they use some components like modular design and step backs of those components to match the scale of the surrounding area. Like, for example, we're standing where the entrance is going to be, a 4-story glass tower that's roughly the size of the buildings across the street from us. And then if you think about the Central Parkway corridor, that was always intended to be sort of a grand boulevard with high-rise structures, and the county administration building is about half the size of the 200-foot tall tower that's going to be on this site, and that tower is about 100 feet lower than the Kroger headquarters building to the west, so you get a stair-step approach.
Is there any chance it will not get the nod?
I would be very surprised if Historic Conservation Board voted against this. For one thing, this is a parking lot. It's really not contributing to the historic district, so you can build anything here and be an improvement. But then we've also heard from historic preservationists saying that this is an interesting and subtle design that GBBN architects came up with. And I think it's going to win some support when people understand the nuance and the design elements that went into this.
What's the timeline? When should it be finished?
2019, I think, is the target date for the Kroger store to open, and the apartment sometime that year as well.
All right, Dan Monk, thank you.
Thank you
for contributing to this today. And if you want to learn more about the downtown Kroger and the timeline surrounding it, all you have to do is go to WCPO.com. Now let's go to Steve for this week's weather.